This is what I like to call a pointless haircut. Make sure y'all click that subscribe button and follow me on my Instagram. The reason I call this a pointless haircut is because his hair is so long that even if he gets one, you can't see it. Nevertheless, I'm gonna show y'all how I do it though. We're basically gonna taper down the sides and line everything up. So I'm gonna start by combing everything down. The reason I comb everything out is because if I were to just leave it how it is and go in with a guard, it might cut too much off because the curls are all bundled up in the way. So I'm gonna start with my 1.5 open, and I'm just gonna start debulking everything, getting all that weight off on the sides. And if you're just starting to learn how to cut hair, you wanna make sure that you're not digging the clipper into his head too much and you're just letting the hair feed through the comb. And then I follow the same process around the whole side of his head. And obviously, as you guys can see, he doesn't have braids, but I really recommend this haircut if you're about to get braids. It'll just give it a nice clean look to it. Then to start the taper in the back, I start setting in that first guideline. I forgot to mention this earlier in the video, but this is my client Mike. He's been coming to me for 2 years now, and prior to me, he had never really been to another barber before. So I thought it was pretty cool to mention that, given that he's been sticking to me for the past 2 years now. So shout out to Mike for that. And I usually do a high taper on him, but he wants to do a mid taper now, so I'm making sure to leave some length on the sides. That way I can line up those C-cups. I'd be trying to convince him to leave the beard, but he's not ready for that yet, so we go ahead and shave that off. And now heading straight into that hairline, I'm gonna comb through it, make sure I stretch all those hairs out. And he has very curly hair on his hairline, so I'm gonna show y'all how I do it. And before y'all start saying that I'm pushing his hairline back, I'm showing you where his hairline naturally is. I'm gonna go with my one guard open, and I'm just gonna start tapering down that hairline. I'm not digging in too much. If you press the clipper down too much close to the hairline, it might cut too much off. So I'm just taking my time, being gentle. The reason you wanna go with the grain is because it cuts hair, but it also keeps that area dark. It doesn't cut too much off. Now I'm gonna clean the hairline area with the OG Walker pre-wipe solution, and it's gonna clean off any excess oil and dirt. And I wish I would have recorded a better view, but I'm lining up the vertical bars right now. I always start with the vertical bars. I don't know why, it just helps me see the hairline a little bit better. And when I'm lining up the hairline, I always start in the middle. That's the best way to do it. When you start in the middle, it serves as a guide. That way when you line up to one side and then to the other, it's not crooked. Also keep in mind that everybody's hairline is different, and there's gonna be different ways and methods to attack this. In this case, his left side is a little bit higher than the right side, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with that side first. And as you can see, I'm slowly working my way to one side. I'm not rushing it, and I'm just taking my time and letting the trimmer do its work. Mid hairline, I went ahead and switched to my Wall high vis trimmer. These are my heavy hitters, and they hit straight out the box. You should definitely try them out, give them a shot. So far, it's probably one of the best trimmers I've had. And no, this is not a paid partnership. But as you can see, I'm slowly starting to connect that hairline. I worked my way from the middle to the sides, and it's coming together. It looks very symmetrical to me. Then to line up these C-cups, I usually start at the top, and then at the bottom, I line it up as well. And then I use the corner of the trimmer to connect the top point with the bottom point, and that gives me that perfect curve. And I learned this from 360 Jeezy, but anything you do on one side, you do the same on the other. And as you can see, it's a sharp line, there was no pushbacks, and it's natural as possible. Now to line up behind the ear, I always use my opposite hand to hold down the ear, and then I use the corner of the trimmer to line that up without pushing anything back. Then to give it that extra sharp look, I make sure I hit it with the razor and get rid of any stubble that might have been left behind. When using the razor, make sure you're stretching the skin, that way you don't cut anybody. And of course, he's a light skin, so not only did he want one line, he wanted 2 lines on his eyebrow. And he requested enhancements, so I'm using my Tune 45 Onyx black color. I don't like to spray too much paint on. I like it to look natural, so I'm making sure to apply that correctly. Most of the tools that I'm using in this video, I'm gonna make sure to add them in the description below with the links provided on where I got them. And he wanted his mustache and his goatee lined up, so I went ahead with my one guard and tapered all that down. The mustache and goatee combo definitely suits him. And these are the end results of the haircut. Everything was cut properly, blended properly, lined up properly, enhancements applied properly. This is a good quality haircut. Hopefully y'all like this video. I'm planning on posting more videos like this, so make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and follow me on Instagram. Thank you all for watching.